What's going on, everybody? Brett here. We're back playing some more Battle Brothers on the Beast and Exploration DLC. We're picking up exactly where we left off last time. It's day 539. It's night. And I think if I remember right, it's been about a day or so since I've been able to play. Excuse me. And I think we were about to engage some Unhold at night and in the mountains. So, kind of a little bit of a dangerous fight. And I went ahead and I looked at my party real quick beforehand, and I took out, I think, both of our new brothers because they were both injured from the last fight. And now, here we go. So the big unholds are jumping forward. Guys, if you watched my last Battle Brothers related video that I put out, it was all about the newest kind of update we received on the DLC. Yeah, he's not going to be able to fire. And how it's centered around... Yeah, we'll pass. Sorry, I just keep losing my train of thought. How it's, it's barbarians, right? And we just got the newest group of units and what they look like and what they do. And one of them is a drummer, which is interesting, but the other is a beastmaster who can control unholds. So, I don't know why I did that. I think these guys are immune to spear wall, but we'll see, I guess, in a second. And the ones that can control unholds, they actually give armor to the unholds. It's going to be wild. I can't wait for the upcoming DLC. The idea of fighting one of these things is already pretty dangerous, but fighting one of them that's covered in armor and that's being supported by, more intelligent style units, it's going to be rough. We need to pick a second unhold to focus, and I think it's going to be this one. We really just need to get rid of their armor. And there we go. This one's armor is completely gone. We haven't taken any damage yet. We've just been stunned. May have been better to step this way. We would have gotten more value out of our lightning sword. The reproach of the old gods. And we'll just apply a ton of overwhelm. That's super good. Overwhelm is one of the best abilities, best perks you can have against the unhold. Just making it so that they can't hit anything. They can still toss you. Their toss will always land, but those style like wild swing attacks, making it so that those don't work is pretty great. That's a pretty rough toss. Yeah, and these misses are also pretty bad thanks to the fact that we're fighting at night. But if we can kill one of these, this battle becomes exponentially less dangerous. Yeah, that was pretty brutal. Fortunately, Lance is just trying to catch up now. Wolfgang can pull out his axe. Yeah, we'll leave him. There's no one to rotate to. Can't afford these misses. Alright, that was good. This one's running. That's excellent. That was a bit of a misclick there, but we ended up hitting the right one anyway, so good. Alright, as long as we can still attack. And that's one unhold down, and we're going to get an unhold heart for our trouble. Ugh. Let's beat that armor. And this battle's not going to last long enough for the fatigue from Indomitable to matter. But what might matter is us taking a blow to the body. Okay, so we have one pelt. Oh yeah, Wolf. It's always Wolfgang that I go to like switch his weapon and I realize he doesn't have quick hands. You gotta love having a dagger, bro, and their ability to apply just massive stacks of overwhelm. Whoa, you shot Sir Dankard. Luckily, I think it was the bone plating that took the hit for us. And that polearm does sick damage. I'm happy about that. And I'd rather try my luck with the axe. And we'll certainly kill this thing before it actually breaks. And we're getting, yeah, another hide. At this point, we don't really need the crafting materials from these things. But there was a time when getting those hides would have been a pretty exciting pickup. It's a pretty high-end crafting item. Here we go. We're getting us around, but that's kind of dangerous against the Unhold. Would be better if we could break him. Damn, I was kind of hoping that would get the kill for us, but there we go. All right, so still dangerous. We took a lot of damage. We're gonna have to fix that up, but we're on the way to turn in a quest. We're gonna make some more cash, and that was a nice little kind of different fight. Fighting the Unhold is always exciting, but fighting the stronger ones can be pretty intense. There's always that risk factor. Alright, what do we have here? Anything we need? Anything? I think we're good on food and such. Let's get rid of the bad food. We don't need all of these Unhold hearts. I kind of don't even want to keep the thick white fur. I don't think there's anything right now that we want to make from it. We've kind of already made everything that we wanted to. And I think we're also good on food. 7 days? Man, we could probably buy something else. We can get up to 8. Yeah, 8's good enough. And we do still have an open spot in our ranks for one more brother. But he's going to have to be a pretty special one if we're going to fill that space up. Okay. There's nothing that we need. We'll check the Fletcher in case they have any sort of amazing, unique crossbow for us. And now we keep on going. Back down to Grafenhaven. To get paid. Tarsdorf is a place that has nothing. I don't even want to look. Let's just head straight down here. Let's go down through these straits here. Oftentimes there'll be something that spawned in here. Yeah, there we go. Ooh, wow. This is a dangerous force, but this is not like an unbeatable force for us. It's been a while since we fought something like that. And we unfortunately have a few injuries. Bring in Edgel. Oh, wow. I didn't realize he was messed up. Ragnar's messed up too, so we need to pull him out. And bring in Ramen. It's good to have crossbows, though. Oz, however, has minus resolve fighting greenskins. He used to be Oz the Ballless. Or was he... I think he was Greenphobe, is what I named him. Greenphobe the Ballless, because he was scared. And he's a eunuch. Yeah, that's what it was. Classic names. I feel like this is a strong enough squad to take them on. Something like this. And you know what? I'm going to save the game. I haven't played in a day. I'm feeling a little bit rusty, honestly. I know that's weird to say because of how much I play this. But just right now, I feel like I haven't taken a super hard fight in a while. And I don't feel like this is going to be a super hard fight. I don't expect the numbers to be huge. Yeah, 11. Yeah, that's nothing. The numbers are very low. So this shouldn't be that bad. I was thinking there would be more warriors, perhaps a few more young than this. I think this is the only berserker. So if we're able to take him down, that's great. That's one really scary opponent off the battlefield. We can kill a few young probably before they engage. These misses, though, are a little bit kind of ridiculous. Make sure we have Lone Wolf. So this should kill him. Perfect. But we kind of missed our window to get to this Orc Young easily. That's alright. 90% chance is pretty huge as well. Yeah. He was hiding in a little bush. I don't know if this bush is quite big enough to cover for this guy. But if anyone can stand and fight in this type of situation by themselves, it's certainly Lance. You know, I don't want... We'll pass. The odds are he's just going to charge me and stun me. And they stunned Lance. He didn't quite have enough for Indomitable. Yeah, and that's, I mean, this is what we knew would happen. Let's get the easy kills, and I was going to say, let's try not to hit him. This guy is an easy reset. We're going to shoot at him, kill him, get Berserk, and then get another free shot. Assuming we can land it. There we go. We'll lock him down with Sir Dankred. Boom. Sending some shockwaves through the group. We've also made it pretty impossible for the Warlord to jump in on Lance. Lance being stunned makes him vulnerable. I don't really like that. If I can help it, I don't want that to be the case. That's exactly what I expected. And any hits to the body on Lance is going to reflect that damage. So, thanks to his unique armor. Man, I should have put on the... that was a misplay. I should have put on the Orc necklace on Lance. Could have kept him from being stunned. Something you got to remember. You know, I have all these different, you know, special items and stuff, and the reason I keep that is just for circumstances like this. Man, we tried to use puncture on the Orc Warlord. Perhaps should have just gone for the regular attack. But his armor is so huge, I'm not trying to hit it with a, you know, a little dinky dagger. And if I can hit him in his body, a lot of times that'll scare the heck out of them and cause them to rout. Wow, we missed both. And I went for the headshot. I wanted to see how much damage it would do, but we missed. Ooh, that was bad. And it looks like he attacked our shield there. You know how I feel about that. I think this is one of our best shields. Now we can go to try and destroy his armor here. This is one of the best times to use an ability like this. So destroy armor. Using a weapon to batter, deform, rip, and otherwise render the target's armor unusable with great effect. Although the impact will be felt through the thickest of armor, it won't inflict the most injury to the wearer. So we were able to... You still do a little bit of damage. I think it has guaranteed damage on it to the body, but it's a very small number. The main thing is that it's meant for opponents like the Orc Warlord. I mean, he's probably the best example in the game of someone to use it on. I don't remember off the top of my head what his armor values are. I don't know if he's like the highest armored thing in the game. I guess Lindworms would probably be really high up there. Their armor is pretty ridiculous. And I'm not counting stuff like Kraken, you know, type. Obviously the Kraken is super powerful. But maybe he's kind of like in the Hedge Knight area, like in that 300 range. Like Coat of Plates. And once his body armor's down, you don't really want to use Lash. Lash is really best used for on opponents that either aren't wearing head armor or have very weak head armor that you want to beat down just to get as quick as you can to that tender head meat. Nope. He's not broken yet, so we still have to get him. We pull out our samurai sword and we wreck him. I don't know about you guys, but I love Samurai Jack. I was kind of watching some of the old episodes from like season 1 of the original show the other day, and my kids were asking me what it was. And I was like, only the best show ever made. They brought it back for like another kind of concluding season, and I thought it was a beautiful show. Just above and beyond being like a well-written, well-animated thing, I felt like it was almost like art. And if you've never seen Samurai Jack, then obviously you have no idea what I'm talking about. Or if, you know, animated shows basically for adults are kind of not your thing, I totally understand. But Samurai Jack is kind of on another level. We'll run him down. No reason not to finish him off. Get that experience. I have a Samurai Jack board game too that I've never gotten a chance to play. I picked it up at GameStop. Just need somebody to play it with. I don't think I've ever really talked about it, but I'm a big board game guy too. Axis and Allies, that whole like franchise is one of my favorite things. I had an uncle, I actually had a teacher who introduced me to it in high school, I think my junior year. History teacher, and we would just chill in his room and play Axis and Allies, the original, where it's like basically World War II, but focused around. It's like the whole world essentially, the basic one. And then I had an uncle who, come to find out, he loved that game as well, and he had the Pacific version, which is basically more like you fight around Japan and the west coast of the United States, and it's a super fun game. Killed the knight and made off to the plains of the northeast. Huh, okay. Well, we can look at some of these contracts. If we're going to the northeast, which is basically, this place is south of Horngard, they want us to fight goblins. I'll take this contract. It's helping us win the Greenskin invasion. So it's right here. It's kind of where we want it to go anyway. But if we're going to the plains of the northeast, that kind of feels like here. Although this doesn't feel very plainsy. I mean, it could even be here. It's hard to know. But either way, that's not too bad. But this is what I'm talking about, guys. This is to the south of Horngard. Why isn't this to the northeast of Grafenhaven? Sometimes these quest descriptions can be a little misleading. And I still remember the first few times I've got confused. Hideout of the Necromancer. I think I'm going to take this fight. Our brothers are still injured. It's unfortunate. Did I not sell stuff? I did not. Yeah, we're going to take this fight. This is a pretty big one. And we don't have our bannermen. But we still have Aerosel. I highly doubt this is the fight they were talking about. They were saying that there was a place with little creatures. So I'm assuming that was either goblins or something like that. Is what they're talking about. So it could even be one and the same, that place there that we're going to for our quest. And maybe there's a sweet piece of loot. Either way, we can certainly afford to pass with all of our melee units. I don't know if y'all can hear that, but some like neighbor kids are like running in the street screaming. Gotta miss being young. Although some of you watching may still be young, so congrats on still being young, if that's the case. I spent the day with my kids. We were playing outside, and it's kind of a beautiful day here in South Texas. I got a hammock in the backyard. We were laying in the hammock. Wind's blowing. It was nice. You don't always get days like that. Because in like a month it's going to be 100 degrees out here. And it's going to be insane. I know you guys are here for Battle Brothers. I hope you don't mind talk a little bit about my life, my family. At the end of the day, that's kind of what I wanted my YouTube channel to be about. People talking to each other about real stuff and having the video games kind of just being a way to get together and do that. Because the real stuff is important. So kind of back to the game. I'm respecting the Geist. And I'm doing that because we do not have our banner to pump up our resolve. And the last thing I want to do is take an easily winnable fight and turn it into some sort of disaster because I sent units out on their own. So we're going to play even more tight than we normally do with our front line. And having 4 war bows is going to be great here. We see there was a few fallen heroes in this battle. Spread the damage around. When they finally are able to engage on us, we'll have a bunch of half-dead zombies that we can just kind of easily knock out. Nice. Alright, in come the Geist. There are 4 of them. I wonder which weapon would be the most effective versus zombies in an apocalypse. I don't know about y'all, but I used to really like The Walking Dead, the first couple seasons anyway. And I watched. I'm like a season behind. I didn't get into like the last one, but they kind of lost me after they kind of attacked. They attacked Negan's kind of stronghold area. Spoilers, minor spoilers. I'm not gonna say what happened, but that was kind of like the last spot where it left off for me, and I kind of lost, not interest necessarily, but I felt like they were focusing on some of the wrong stuff, kind of as they have been for season after season. But the first like 3 seasons of Walking Dead are pretty awesome. And it's one of those things you're watching the show and you're always like, man, pick that up, make a speed. Like I was always the whole time I was watching it with my wife, I was like, they need to make some spears. Like some old-timey boar spears with like the cross guards at the base of the blade, so that when they, in old-time nights and stuff, they would go boar hunting, they would stab the boar, and in order to keep themselves from getting like gored by the boars, that hilt would keep them from charging up the length of the spear and continuing their charge into the nights, right? So I was like, man, just make one of those, and you'd be able to like stab a zombie in the head or in the chest and just keep it pinned away from you. That was just me being a giant nerd and trying to hypothesize which weapons would be the best in the zombie apocalypse. But, I mean, I have to imagine, like, it really depends on the zombie, right? If the zombie's super squishy, I feel like bladed weapons could work too. Because, I mean, you could swing a sword and just, like, swing all the way through a zombie. Or, like, I'm looking at Lance's hammer and I'm like, would that be an effective weapon? And I feel like it would be for the first few swings. But then kind of like next thing you know, if you're surrounded by like a horde, as you always end up getting in the zombie shows and movies, I feel like it's not as effective. Because you can't just wildly swing. And maybe you're like knocking them down and stuff. But it's not very accurate. It's just kind of a wild weapon. So it makes me think something like a sword would be great, like kind of a medium heavy sword, some kind of like Zweihander type thing. Ooh, that was bad. I saw at the last second that it was not going to be a good shot. So we'll move up while we have the chance. Would have been great if I'd known Edgel was going first, and maybe I could have like fandangled some sort of better shot. Let's shoot at the Geist. Pretty much sure that we'll hit him. We're trying to get to the Geist right now. That's the name of the game. We're going to do this. We're going to protect him from running and getting wrecked. Although his armor is pretty heavy. But so is Wolfgang. I mean, Wolfgang's fine in that position. We have no way of easily bringing him back. We needed Aerosol to do that. But it's not that important. We're fine without one guy. As long as we can get onto these guys this turn, which I think we can. There we go. We get the kill, so we get the Berserk. Man. Willem needs so much more melee attack. He just misses too many of his moves. I'd like to move in here and start trying to take like cheap shots on the Necromancer. Like that. Man. If we could have maced a ghost to death. That would have been pretty cool. Nice, he's down. So let's move forward. We'll put some pressure on them. They probably won't move at all. Welcome back, Sir Chris. Dang, the wrong zombies keep getting brought back. It's really messing us up. And of course, Sir Dankred is going to be the one to rout. Super unfortunate. Let's rally. We need Sir Dankred to attack. Ramon's got to go full Michon. Like, I feel like this would be a sick weapon. I see no reason to engage this guy yet, when we may have the ability to simply snipe out the Necromancer and force him to come to us. Perfect. I ain't afraid of no ghosts. I don't even know how many times I've seen the Ghostbuster movies. The only thing I remember as an adult now is... What's that guy's name? Is it Vigo? I don't know. The little, like, creature guy who's trying... The weird, creepy guy who's trying to summon the old painting. That's Ghostbusters 2, I think. I can still hear his voice. I'm probably a little bit too young to be able to like fully quote that movie though. Nice. Get a little more backup before we go to engage. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that at all. That's how we need to step. Just like that. We want to make sure we're standing next to the Necromancer. It's kind of weird that the game was only giving me one. It was trying to maximize our fatigue, which I understand, but it was really going to mess us up. Really? Wow. Good on you, AI. Dang, that was a risky one, but I thought I could get away with it. Let's give Sir Steinhardt a little help. We're just going for the knockbacks. Nice. So he's going to try and run. He's going to get killed. Perfect. Turns out Sir Steinhardt did not need any backup. And we'll let Edgel get a shot off. That's good. Stack of Overwhelm. And this heavily surrounded. We shouldn't miss any shots at all. And there we go. Kind of an easy fight, but still one with a lot of nuance to it. We're going to pick up some semi-valuable stuff that we can repair some of. Let's order our junk a little and go into repair mode. We don't need to repair everything, but the heavy orc weapons we should. The Morning Star we should, and the hand axes we should. The Cruel Falchion, yes, as well as the Decayed Great Helm. Cool. Alright. Plains to the northeast. I think I want to get up on this mountain and see if I see anything out here. Doesn't look like it. So let's head over to Jin Zatox. What was that? So 7 Unhold. We don't need to fight 7 Unhold. We'd have to chase them. Can we get into here before nightfall? And we did. So, looks like a relatively easy goblin fight. 17 is not too many. Our front line is very well shielded. Oh my god. They only have 4 archers, and they poisoned us on like the first shot. The poison is rough. It wears off after a few turns, but it's going to make him essentially useless. Interesting that they're rushing forward to engage me, though. I think it's just because they only have 4 ambushers. Normally, they'll never ever do that. You know, we're not jumping forward quite yet. We'll do it with Sir Steinhardt, and that'll free up our archers to hit the ones up top. So this guy's a 40, 44, 44. Wow, we missed both shots. That hurt. We got smashed there by the Overseer. I'm trying. I can't believe that. I'm trying to clear the center so we could rush towards the Overseer. But clearly that is not meant to be. You know what, let's do this. And since goblins can pierce our armor pretty well, if we step in here, we could probably just kill this guy. God dang it. So using Indomitable reduces damage to the body by 50%. So it's certainly worthwhile to use Indomitable in these situations against this particular enemy. So we need to expect, you know, the pikemen to move forward, them to stab us with their little shanky weapons. And also standing behind their own guys at this distance makes us much worse targets. Alright, they used one of their nets on Willem. We can get him out. You know, if they're using nets, they're not stabbing me, so I'm cool with that. It slows our advance and it makes it even harder for us to finally get to this Overseer. But we should still be fine. This is going to be a pretty interesting episode. We fought Unhold, a Warlord. We fought a Necromancer, some Fallen Heroes, and some Geists. And now we're fighting an Overseer and some Goblins. That's a lot of stuff. And I kind of want to just start going for their archers. We're just missing everything. I was about to say, is it nighttime and I just like didn't notice? Goblins are like notoriously hard to hit, but it shouldn't be this bad. This is beautiful. Now, all the archers are going to get a chance to run away, essentially. And there's nothing we can do about that. Maybe we're not quite close enough to some of them to make them run. But yeah, they're going to scoot away from us here. Wouldn't be surprised to see the Overseer move. He has enough tools to keep himself, like, isolated, but... I was going to say, if I was able to kill this guy, we'd be able to jump in with Sir Chris on him. Alright, that feels good, but we can't take that last shot, sadly. Okay, let's see if we can tie them down. There we go. That's all we wanted. But I wouldn't put it past them to have, almost called it Footloose. Not Footloose, Footwork. Not to be confused with the movie Footloose. Yeah, if he has Footwork, he's just going to be able to leave my zone of control. I don't think it really matters how many guys are around. No, he's going to go Fisticuffs, and we'll see how that works out for him. It's like, did you see how big Lance's hammer was? Did you even see it? The dude's name is Dragon Pounder. He has it, like, tattooed on his chest. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Get the sword. And it's over. We'll never catch that little dude unless we... Maybe if we use dogs, but probably not. So, nothing great from this fight. We can look for one more, you know, kind of place to search. Maybe fair range. Actually, this place is pretty plainsy right here. Sucks that it's nighttime, so our vision is so much less. It's going to be harder for us to see. But it's kind of close to the road as well. So it's somewhat unlikely that there's going to be, you know, some fortification or something here. Yeah, I don't know. It could honestly be here as well. Let's check that. You go to check on Gwent the Witcher. He'd suffered a terrible wound not long ago, and sometimes it can lift a man's spirits just to let him know others care. Thinking you'll find the man nursing his injuries, you instead are surprised to see that he is in good health. The wounds have apparently healed in such speedy fashion that others might call it a miracle. Okay, that's cool. So let's put him back in. Make sure we're making use of him. Who do we have out? Ramen. And to be honest, we need to keep Ramen in. I think we need to pull Edgel out. Ramen has really high resolve. These guys are still all injured. That's crazy to me. Okay. I mean, it's not that crazy. It's been a little while. Sometimes it can take several days, but it seems like they're all taking kind of the maximum end of the spectrum in order to heal. Let's get up on this mountain real quick and see. I think if you get on the white parts, it gives you more vision than if you stand on the gray. I'm not 100% on that. If you know, guys, let me know. That's something that I've always kind of wondered. I think for sure, if you get on the top, it gives you better vision. I'm almost positive. But I know that if you go in the mountain ranges, you start using supplies at a faster rate as well. So there's a lot of give and take. Alright, crown's well deserved. Yeah, nobody here for us. Actually, was that a... They did have one good person. They have an adventurous noble, which we might take, honestly. There's also a sellsword. But you guys know how I feel about adventurous nobles. So I think I'm going to go ahead and take this guy. Let's take a second to read his bio. Sir Balin. As the third in the line of succession, Sir Balin's life at court was not exciting enough for him with endless studying of court etiquette and family lineage. Wearing the family crest proudly, Sir Balin rode out to prove himself and see all the wonders and exotic places of the world. Let's hire him. He'll be our 20th man. And let's check him out. Please be something good. Oh my god, he's a bleeder and he's superstitious. This is the worst trait. Oh, that's what I get. Literally the worst trait. Oh, I was hoping to get another great guy. Potentially for the witch hut fight. I mean, bleeder is not a huge deal. You know, bleeding an extra 1 damage. The bleed rarely comes up. But being superstitious, like against the exact thing that we're trying to build against, that just feels terrible. We'll just load him up with stuff. What kind of stats does he have? I mean, we could go this route with him. He has 1 star in melee skill, melee defense, and range defense. That's pretty good defensive stats. Of course, he's an adventurous noble, so his range defense starts off terrible. This is a pretty horrible roll. I think his fatigue is high, though. His resolve is decent, and his HP is decent. And his melee skill starts off relatively high. I don't hate him. I just wish, man, if this was just a positive perk, I would be super happy right now, and he'd be a great brother to have. But as it stands, it's just not so hot. Take some fatigue. Something like that. Let's try the next one. We'll take a 4 in resolve. Okay. So he's not terrible, but I don't think he's going to win any medals. And do we not have... I guess we don't have any Nagzurher necklaces to put on him. So we'll just give him for now. We'll give him the Orc Trophy necklace. That'll just be something for him to hold. Do we have any daggers? We do not. I mean, I think we have Goblin daggers. I think those count as the same thing. Which ones are the Goblin daggers? They're kind of hard to tell. Is it these ones? Yes. But they do cause fatigue, unlike human daggers. Just trying to see what we could pawn off on him. I mean, we could make him carry a Goblin Poison, something like that. Just to free up space in our inventory. I think that's sufficient. Call that good. So we tried picking up a new brother. If any of you out there are new to the channel, new subscribers, and you'd like to name a character, Sir Balin is up for grabs. The Bleeder and Superstitious. He's bleeding. It's okay. He's got good stats. He was just very expensive, which is why I'm a little disappointed. And now we can take a drink. Ugh. Nobody knows what lives in the deep black waters. But you hear the old fishermen talk about giant fish larger than any ship, tentacles that crush boats like they were nutshells, and evil dead eyes under the surface. We killed one of those. You should buy us a drink. The whole world should give us free drinks at this point. I feel like. I don't know if I'm out of line saying that. But I feel like once you kill a kraken, people should buy you drinks. Man, I'm gonna sell like a few of these things. They're taking up so much space in our inventory. Just getting rid of a few of those feels okay. Those were very powerful things I just sold, and some of them cost me more to make than I got out of them. But now I think we're just at the point where we're gonna stop making that type of stuff, and we're gonna start just selling the crafting materials as we get them to make sure that we have the gold to kind of operate any way we want to operate, to buy characters and dismiss them, you know, for instance, Balin looking at you, if we, you know, so desire. And they have a 3-star mission for us. We got time to do another big one. Artifact of immeasurable importance. Follow the tracks. A lockbox. For a second there, my brain read lunchbox. I was like, I'm not going risking my life to bring you back your lunchbox. So there's a knight. Interesting. Are our brothers healed from their injuries yet? Guido is, so that's good. We need to make space for Guido. I think we'll take out Steezy. And Ragnar's back up in fighting shape. I think nah, I don't. Do I want to pull Raymond out? As long as he's leveling, I hate pulling him out. Yes, we pull out Wolfgang. That's for sure. Wolfgang has... He's paranoid. That just ruins his initiative. No, Wolfgang's fine. It's just his resolve is super low. But we could get him over the 60 mark by just taking the Falcon. But even then, I mean, I want my guys to be naturally at 60 and then to be like in the 65 range otherwise. So yeah, I mean, we fought everything today. A Hedge Knight, a Warlord, a Necromancer, an Overseer, and some Frosty Unholds. That's a lot of stuff. Ooh, and this guy's got a full plate and a full helm and a big hammer. All stuff that we would like to have and take from him. Don't know if we need to take it from him, but I would like to. As I've said before, these plate armors, they sell on average for about 10k. So any chance you get to just grab one, you should just do it because it's worth like a fortune. It's like doing a free quest. Are you serious right now? That was a lot of archer shots wasted on this one brigand. They have a lot of shields, and they have enough ranged units that they feel like they have some sort of advantage here. But we're going to push forward a little bit with Lance. We're going to take the tip of the high ground here. That puts us in range of this axe, but I think we're fine. Wow, we nailed the guy with the axe. That's cool. I'll take it. You know what? I think I'm going to step forward with Steinhardt. He's in good condition. As long as he has Lone Wolf, he's very defensive. Ugh, they actually hit us. I was more expecting them to miss, honestly. Lance's stats are pretty high, plus he's up on the hill. So I was thinking there was a good chance we wouldn't get hit. But I see now that was foolish. Even the knight's not going to move to go and take a shot. That's interesting. fur cloak or the fur padding coming in handy. So here I think we just attack. Is that a throwing spear? It sure is. Boy, I don't like throwing spears. We'll take some aim shots at the back line. If we miss and we hit someone else, we're cool with that. I'm happy he didn't walk in behind me because I want to jump in here this turn and start closing the distance on some of these dudes. And Gwent really needs a better helmet. I'd like to get him, honestly, another wolf helmet. As much fun as I made of having wolf helmets. Getting him one of those would be great. Or another one of the type of helmets that Ragnar is using. If we could find one of those in a shop. That would be ideal. I mean, ideal would be us finding it and getting it for free. Oh my god, he tried to break my shield. Why does everyone hate the Kraken shield? It's on now, though. I'm going to get to go first, and I'm going to get to apply Overwhelm. I wouldn't be surprised. Is the AI that good that they're attacking? Does Overwhelm keep them from being able to hit my shield, or does that have like 100% effectiveness? The AI could be registering the fact that it, you know, there's Overwhelm on him, and he knows he can't hit my body. So it's like, I'm going to go for the shield instead. It's a little too smart. Good hits. Happy to hit that many. It's a throwing spear. Happy that didn't break another one of my unique shields. Oh my god, he did it. They did it again. If this guy's hammer breaks my shield, I'm going to lose my mind. Alright, both shots kind of went down the drain. We have another target? We don't. Okay. Knew it. God. Alright, guys. I've been playing for like an hour. I'm not restarting. I'm not reloading this fight. I could restart it and be like, you know, just take this fight again with my autosave. Jesus. The game hates that shield. If you watch one of my other last episodes, you saw that shield go down in a fight very similar to this one. That's discouraging. I'll never be able to make another one of those unless I go hunting for Kraken. And I've never even seen a Kraken in the wild. Granted, we're not kind of like wandering around the places where Krakens supposedly spawn. They spawn, I think, out in the swamps, like really as far away from civilization as you can get. And we could find places like that if we wanted to. But the idea of doing another Kraken fight is just exhausting. That was one of the most brutal fights I've ever had. I can't even believe that right now. It took them, what was that? Was that 4 hits? Was it 4 or 3 to destroy that shield? It's like at that point you've earned it, game. Fine, just take it. Take the best shield in the game and just step on it. I don't care. Because you know what? So Steinhardt was built to not use a shield. If anything, he's more dangerous without it. He's more offensive and less defensive. There's a lesson in here somewhere. I just don't know what it is. I'm not wise enough. Don't make your shields out of krakens? I don't know. Either way, we're not going to catch this guy unless we use dogs. And we'll just say it's over. Dang, that sucks. We got the helmet. We got the coat of plates. We weren't even trying to get it. And we got the hammer. Ugh. It's kind of cool because basically... Ooh, what's this? Oh, this is us getting the option to like betray the guy who gave us the contract. The battle is over. You pick up the lockbox and look it over. Was this really worth the lives of so many people? I know what you're thinking, sellsword. The voice breaks in. You draw your sword and aim it at a stranger who has seemingly appeared from nowhere. You're thinking, what if someone paid good money to steal their artifact? What if someone would pay me a good deal of money? Perhaps more than the man who paid you to retrieve it in the first place. You lower your weapon and nod. An interesting thought. The man smiles. 4,250 crowns. That's how much I'll give you for it. That was the thieves' share plus extra. A more than fair deal. Of course, your employer will be most unhappy, but, well, that's not my choice to make. God. I lost my shield. I'm feeling spiteful. I'm just about to be like, nope, F y'all, I'm out. But, Grafenhaven's one of my best cities. And I don't want to make them mad. They give me amazing prices on everything. So, thus ends the reign of Steinhardt the Kraken Shielded. We still, of course, we could just give him this Battleforged Guardian, and boom, you know, he's back up to snuff. He just doesn't have as good of a shield. Probably in these weak, stupid fights, we should have just been rolling with this anyway. And just not even risking our shield. But check this out. We can do something like this. Boom. Instant upgrades. It fully kitted out our buddy Forrester Balin. And now he's an absolute titan. He needs, of course, levels and things, but he'll get there in time. And there, bone plating. Good to go. I mean, we could have made an extra, like, couple thousand crowns there, but generally, I would say if you're a newer player and you're not sure, just don't risk it. As of yet in Battle Brothers, there's no real payoff for the kind of short-term pissing off your employer type of thing. There's no payoff for that. Just kind of stick with your contracts would be my advice, and don't turn on your employer. The only time I would say it's okay to do it is if it's in a city that you know for like a fact you won't come back to for a long time, because eventually your reputation and stuff kind of level out on their own. But if it's a place you need to come back to often, then I would not risk it. All right, we got some brothers drunk. Let's go. Let's finish off today's episode with a nice ride to Damwald. Ottendorf is threatening. What did I do at Ottendorf? Did I kill some mercenaries? Is that what it was? I don't remember. They do, though. Whatever I did, it was bad enough that they still remember. The North remembers. Anyway, guys, that's going to be it for me today. Hope you enjoyed today's video. We got to see it and fight a diverse group of enemies. I'm happy with that. We got to make some crowns. Ultimately, probably a net loss, thanks to the shield breaking. But we also picked up a new brother. So, once again, if anyone wants to name him, feel free. I'm happy to take any and all suggestions. Pick up some last minute supplies. Let's see what our trajectory is going to be for the next. Some greenskins to the northeast. See if they'll get us. Nah, they won't pay us anymore. Destroy Cave of the Flesh Eaters. That sounds like, yeah, I was about to say, that sounds like Berserkers to me. But anyway, y'all, that's going to be it for me. Thank you so much for watching. Once again, my name is Brett. My channel is Good Talk Gaming. All that stuff. Did I say that already? I don't know. These intros, my intros, I feel like they suck. My intros and outros, and I wish I knew what to say better. But I want to sound professional, and I'm also a polite person, so for me, I like it to have it kind of be tidy. I don't know. Thanks for watching. I really do appreciate it when you guys watch, and I'm sure a lot of people who make YouTube comments or content kind of say the same stuff, and it can get repetitive. But until I have some kind of like cool graphic or something that plays at the end or the beginning of my videos, and I'm kind of thinking about starting to work on that. But until I have that, I kind of have to do almost like a radio station. I have to identify myself for those people who are just kind of randomly stumbling across my videos. So I hope it doesn't get too old. But anyway, guys, thank you so much. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.